Hi, I'm Ivy Doomsday and welcome back to my channel. This is part 3 of my 100 Days of Stardew Valley challenge. I just wanted to apologize for taking so long with this series, and if you haven't already seen part 1 and part 2, please make sure to check them out, and I hope you enjoy the video. I set myself 4 goals for this challenge. They were the completion of the community center. I wanted to make sure that I maxed out every skill so they're all at level 10. I also wanted to upgrade my house, but I was not worried about the cellar because I didn't have a use for it at the time. And I wanted to have one of every animal that you can buy from Marnie's. On day 57, I went to Pierre's to buy the new seasonal crops, and then I spent the rest of the afternoon fishing just to make some more money so that I can afford things for the challenge. On day 58, I did some gardening and then went for a little stroll into town where they were installing the new board just outside of Lewis's house. I stopped to have a little bit of a chat and then kept going on my morning walk. I decided to go stop in to get my new pickaxe so that I could finally make use of it, and then I decided to go fishing until it was dark. Day 59 was a rainy day, so I set out on another adventure to, you guessed it, do more fishing. But this time it was important as I needed some fish to complete the fish bundles. And now that the fish tank is completely finished, I am one step closer to actually completing the challenge. Later that night, the Junimos were sent out to work their magic to unblock this passage, and just like that, I am now fully maxed out on my fishing. Day 60, and I made use of some of the furnaces and then took a trip to the museum so that I could donate anything that I had lying around. Now, even though the museum isn't essential to any of my challenges that I have set, I still love getting the rewards and achievements for it, and I still find it a very fun activity, regardless on if it has any impact of my challenge. On day 61, I finally had enough money to upgrade my chicken coop, so of course I raced over to Robin's so that I could pay for it and place it down so she can start building it and I can finally get some more animals. I then took another fishing break, and for someone who hates fishing in Stardew Valley, I sure did a lot of it in this challenge. Day 62, I went outside to admire my beautiful farm and of course harvested anything that was ready, as well as the honey from the beehive. I started day 63 by stopping by Marnie's shop so that I could buy a rabbit for my coop. And then I went on another little fishing expedition all around the valley, just so I could make some more money. I had some time left over after fishing before I decided I was ready to go to bed, so I decided to walk to the community center to complete some more bundles. I also took the time to write down some of the things that I was missing for some of the bundles that are left, because now we are getting really close to the end of the challenge and the community center is still not done. On day 64, I returned Linus's berry picking basket to him, and then I set out on my own adventure to pick as many blackberries as I possibly could. I then had time to spare, so I went back into the mines to gather more resources. On day 65, I woke up with a reminder that the Stardew Valley Fair was happening soon, and then decided to go to Clint's so I could crack open some more geodes that I had lying around, in hopes that I had a few more goodies for the museum. I also decided that I was going to put my ancient seed in the museum. I have no idea how long I've had this one in my storage, or if I have a double at this point, but I've decided that I was putting this one in the museum for now. On day 66, I went on a little bit of a foraging spree around the valley and kind of sold everything I didn't need. I was then very determined to catch a lava eel today, and after many hours of rubbish, I finally got a lava eel, which I then sold, and I hope I meant to do that. I think I've earned a big sleep for day 67. I was very nervous after selling the lava eel, and I'm really still not sure if that's what I actually meant to do, or if it was just like a habit from going fishing and then selling things anyway. But if I have sold it and it was a mistake, that is my mistake. But I dragged myself out of bed for the rest of the day and went back into the mines for, well, more fishing. On day 68, I realized that I had still not unlocked the second side of the beach, which is kind of weird because in any playthrough, that's one of the first things that I will do like straight away before anything else. But apparently I've left it till halfway through this challenge and I've only just realized, so I think it's time to unlock it so we can get some more resources. My super greedy sea cucumbers were also wanting some emeralds, so I gave them those. We made another trip to Marnie's ranch for day 69 because I was now able to buy a sheep and a pig for my farm. Then, because I now didn't have much money after that, I decided to spend the afternoon fishing so that I could sell any of the fish that I had caught now that I don't need them for bundles. On day 70, I spent some time with my farm animals making sure that they had everything they needed. I apparently also didn't buy a sheep yesterday, so I've added that to my list of things to do, and then I decided to head down to the traveling merchant to see if she had anything that I could maybe put in a bundle or just anything that I could keep in general. Later that afternoon, I went back to the community center in hopes of filling out some of the bundles for some of the seasonal items that I now have. And then I made another stop to Pierre's and wasted all of my money on pumpkin seeds, corn seeds, and I think maybe some speed grow. I was saving up my money for the sheep and anything else that I needed for the challenges, but yeah, I wasted all of my money. Nothing exciting happened on day 71, but I did get a reminder in the mail about the Stardew Valley Fair that was happening tomorrow. Day 72, and I attended the Stardew Valley Fair. My goal today was to buy at least the Star Drop and the Pepper Poppers, but then later on I did decide that I wanted the Rare Crow, so I would need at least 3,000 star tokens for that. I started with testing my strength. Although I tried like at least 50 times, I could not get past Gorilla. I was stuck on this one for quite a while trying to get past Gorilla, and I ended up just giving up and going and wandering around looking for some other games that I can win star tokens on because I was just feeling so defeated and could not do it. I just wanted to add, I also forgot the 9 items to display next to Pierre's box, so I unfortunately didn't win that one at all. I then tried my best at the slingshot game. Even though my accuracy was like an 84% by the end of it, I really am not good at this one. I feel like I could do a lot better, but I tried a couple times and I clearly could not do any better than 84% accuracy, so I just left it at that and called it a day with that one. At least I was still getting at least 74 star tokens per round of that one, so I kind of did make a little bit there. I actually spent the rest of the time just playing the fishing game. I was averaging like 300 star tokens per round. sometimes even 756 star tokens per round. So I was making the 3000 star tokens that I needed for all the prizes very, very quickly. And I was also having a lot of fun. I do wish you could keep the fish though. So I decided to head back to the shop so that I could buy the rare crow, the star drop, and the food. And then after that, I basically just decided to call it a day because I didn't feel like sticking around for the like box challenge thing where you're supposed to put the 9 items in it, seeing as I completely forgot them and there was absolutely no point of me even entering at this stage. On day 73, I went back to the community center just to hand in some more of the things that I had, and I also managed to complete 2 of the bundles out of the remaining bundles. Day 74 was another rainy day, so I decided to go back to fishing just to make some more money because I was kind of running low for what I needed. The vault was finally finished on day 75, which grants me access to the bus now, which means I can go on a little trip, but I will be staying very, very clear of Skull Cavern. I will not be stepping foot in Skull Cavern unless I really need to. Day 76, I went on my first bus trip to the Oasis. I was so excited for this. I have been waiting so long to be able to go and explore and collect anything that's over here. So I decided whilst I was going and exploring the land a little bit to make sure that I picked up all the cactus fruits and anything else that was lying around for me. Whilst I was here, I also had a look at what the traveling was willing to trade for things, so that I could see if there was anything that I could potentially come back and trade for, which at this point there isn't, but that's okay. I'm sure there will be eventually. But then I also decided to go check out the shop and see if there was anything that I could go buy from in there, seeing as I had a little bit of money left over. I did decide to buy the shirt that she was selling because I thought that it was going to match my outfit just a little bit more. And it kind of did, but it also kind of didn't, so now I kind of regret buying it, but I'm stuck with it now, so it doesn't really matter. Emily came to compliment my farm on day 77, and then I noticed that I had some mail from the wizard, who gave me the crafting recipe for the mini obelisk. I then impatiently paced back and forth, waiting for it to hit 9 AM so that Clint could open, because I had some geodes and other things that I traded in the desert, and I needed to crack them open to see if I found anything good. I then for some reason walked in and then walked straight back out of the shop, clearly by mistake. I made another stop to the museum to hand in some of the things that I got from the geodes and the treasure, and then decided that after I was done at the museum, I was going to take another trip back to the Oasis to hopefully do some fishing for some fish that I either didn't have or maybe fish that was going to be worth a little bit. By the end of the day, I had caught so many sandfish that I was done with fishing for a while. Well, day 78 was kind of a waste because I apparently just stood in this empty field from 7 AM until I passed out. I don't know why. Apparently day 79 was a repeating pattern because I stood in this field for a fraction of the time, but thankfully I didn't waste the complete day standing in the field and I actually did stuff. It wasn't just me standing here doing absolutely nothing for like 10 minutes. But I genuinely don't know what I was doing. I'm not sure if I was just away from the PC and for some reason I just didn't pause the game, but here you go. Here's 2 days of me standing in a field doing absolutely nothing. To make up for the fact that I was standing there and doing nothing, I did break open some more geodes and hand in anything else that I had lying in a chest ready to go to the museum. The museum's getting really close to being finished, but unfortunately I didn't finish it in this playthrough. Day 80 and Gunther decided to come and surprise me with a little bit of a visit. Despite the museum not being a part of any of the challenges I set, I had still been making great progress by donating things, to the point where Gunther has now given me a weird rusty key. Well, anyway, I decided to put that aside and go fishing for the rest of the day. Today I had a few more things to donate to the museum. Now, it is day 81 and I am really close to this challenge being over, but maybe I might make some time to complete the museum after I've finished the challenges, just so that the completed museum kind of looks nice, I guess. I then decided I would go stock up on some more resources and headed to level 30 of the mines, just so I could find some more copper and get as much stone as possible. I struggle with these sections of the mines just because they are so dark and I have problems with my eyesight, so I did decide to actually go somewhere else in the mines because I could not handle it. Well, day 82 and I had a letter from Mayor Lewis letting me know about the Spirits Eve festival happening tomorrow, so I put the letter away and decided to head to Robin's so that I could finally upgrade my house, but she won't get it started till later. Day 83 and Clint has given me a recipe for a geode crusher which could come in handy later, but I decided to then just wait until nighttime to head to the Spirits Eve festival, which I was very excited for. One of the mods that I have is I'm pretty sure the seasonal outfits, which also means that for this festival everyone is actually dressed up as something. So there is a character that is dressed up as Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, there is vampires, you know, there's just so many different characters and I find it adds a little bit of variety to this. After checking out everyone's outfits, I decided to head into the maze. I had no idea what was in store for me, but it was a lot of fun and it was great that I wasn't the only one that was stuck and that a couple of the other villagers were also stuck here. However, I am the only one that did find the treasure and the way out, so I think I win this one. Today is the last day of fall, so we are now at day 84 and we are almost completed the 100-day challenge. So I decided to go see what the traveling merchant had to offer and then headed to Marnie's ranch so that I could finally buy myself the sheep, which would then completely finish that section of the challenge. I took anything that I had left lying around over to the community center in hopes of finishing some more bundles. I had finally finished the bulletin board bundle and I was greeted by the sweet little Junimos. And now, after completing this last bundle for the pantry, I am left with only one set of bundles to complete, We now have 5 out of 6 of the bundle sets complete, and I am very excited to see if I can actually get this done. After checking, we only have one thing left to complete to actually finish this bundle as well. I hope you're enjoying this series. There is only one section left, and I will see you next time.